E já vai começar, hein? Mas só pra, antes de começar, falar alguns jogos que vai rolar hoje. Vai rolar Rei Leão, vai rolar Mickey, Donkey Kong Country 2, Demon Crash, vai rolar Castlevania, Bloodstained, Tony Hawk, Legend of Zelda. Então, tipo, muita coisa muito legal. Hoje o dia promete. E a run tá pronta pra começar.
That is a bad habit of mine. But I forgot I need to change my costume.
Because we had a incentive, did we not?
On what completed that?
Bom, ele tinha esquecido ali que ele tinha que trocar a roupa do personagem porque cumpriu o incentivo, né?
I think it was the Boogeyman costume,
yeah, I'm
right?
pretty sure it was Boogeyman. People want to see that big helmet on Alex.
All right, classy choice. So just a head start on that. The costumes in this game, they don't really make any difference as far as the gameplay goes. Doesn't change.
Ele tá comentando aí que as roupas do jogo não mudam nada na gameplay.
No, I don't.
O incentivo foi só pra ser legal mesmo. Se não me engano, foi a do Boogeyman que ganhou.
Okay, but yeah, making sure we actually pick the costume this time.
All right, you ready for that donation choice for costume? Okay, yeah. It looks like, let me just check here. Oh, I think check the main one, let's see.
Yeah. Oh, it's Boogeyman. I already know. I got the feeling.
Pretty sure it is, I just want to double check.
E ele escolheu antes do cara confirmar.
If it's not, we're restarting again, but I'm pretty sure it is.
With $350.
Ok, ele escolheu antes de receber a confirmação de que era realmente o Boogeyman. Mas o cara confirmou, então tá tudo certo, tá safe. Senão ele ia ter que reiniciar o jogo mais uma vez.
Oh, hands down.
I'm totally sold right now.
But anyway, like I was saying with this, the costumes don't really make a whole lot of difference gameplay-wise. They don't change your hitbox or anything. It's purely cosmetic. Except for this one. It still doesn't affect any of the clipping, but the pyramid head is so big. It makes it a little difficult to see what I'm doing.
Ele tá comentando que as roupas não afetam o hitbox, nem a gameplay, em nenhuma forma, porém, essa skin atrapalha um pouco na visão do personagem das coisas, então dificulta só um pouquinho a run por causa disso.
The prison section, I'll give a heads up on that, but that's when we'll need to close that.
As a quick reminder for that, currently UFO is leading with $839, while Good Ending is following remotely closely with $140. As well, anything can still catch up at this point, and we have until then. So keep those donations rolling.
No, not yet.
All right, well, no, not yet. It's gonna start when I do the first input on this QuickTime event. So I'll kind of stand on that.
Bom,
3, 2,
o tempo vai começar agora. O tempo começa no primeiro input dessa parte aí.
Definitely one of the black sheep, other than Downpour in the Silent Hill franchise.
Aparentemente sim.
As far as the speed game goes, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of quirky stuff, like right out the gate. Taking advantage of the fact that your momentum gets conserved when you're going into cutscenes lets me go to this keypad right away instead of waiting for a couple seconds.
Nas cutscenes ele mantém o momento aparentemente, então ele consegue chegar ali naquele naquele painel ali mais rapidamente.
Yeah, there's a couple of cutscenes you can't skip in this game, and so happens the first one you can't. That's really annoying.
Yeah, it's the very first one.
It's really front-loaded on that too.
Yeah, I was about to say, they all seem to happen up front, yeah. By the way, for anybody wondering, I saw somebody in chat say couch shout out. I am an eternal enigma here on the virtual couch.
And I am Starwin, also on the virtual couch.
Very comfortable, very familiar to me.
Oh yeah. Looking to my right, I can see you right there.
Yeah, I know.
Visualize it.
I know. It's amazing.
Yeah, so on this couch, you got yourselves pretty much 3 of the top 5 homecoming runners. So it's really great to have these 2 with me.
Hey, it's great to be here. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Comentaram ali que a maioria das pessoas que estão comentando lá na streamlinha são 3 dos 5 melhores runners.
Yeah, they go back and forth, and I'm over here like, hey, can I have world record for like 15 seconds? That's all I want. I just want 15 seconds, and you guys can play ping pong with it again.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Not to undermine Enigma's contribution to all of this, he was my main competition for a long time when I first started off. Had a few exchanges with him as well.
That's what
here we're coming up on our first little bug or glitch.
Bug? I get it. That's real funny.
Clever wordplay. But yeah, they kind of.
So.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was going to say, just to kind of jump on, like, this run's changed since you've last seen it. This is one of the first things that have changed.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so typically before we would want to try to avoid those bugs. Now I'm just sitting there waiting for one of them to attach to me so I can just drop down the ledge like that. And what happens there is you're supposed to have like a 5-second animation where you drop down from the ledge.
Normalmente ele só correria fugiria dos insetos, mas ali naquela parte onde tem aquela aquele lugar ali para descer. Ele, se ele tiver agarrado um inseto agarrado nele, ele consegue descer imediatamente, então ele salva um pouco de tempo dessa forma.
That was fun. I was sitting lurking in I think Enigma's channel and was just playing this semi-casually, semi-speedrun, and I accidentally fat-fingered the A and B button there and discovered it completely by accident.
Just to make it clear, I don't find any of this stuff. It's people like Schmumbler and Starwin and Canine Dreams, Wildest. I'm just playing the game. I just follow their lead.
Yeah, this was like before you were starting to run the game too, so.
Yeah.
Already
back when it took me over an hour to finish.
So right here, you're gonna see this a few times since this is all bosses. These conversation segments. There's usually 2 choices, sometimes 3. There's going to be a choice that is quicker than all of them just because it has shorter dialogue. So right there, he's just smashing Y. You know, you get some kind of context of the story, but it's really not important.
Vai ter algumas sessões de diálogo aí que ele vai querer selecionar o diálogo mais rápido. E ele vai fazer isso algumas vezes porque essa run é all bosses, então ele vai ter que ver todos os boss.
I don't think any of us neglected to mention the genius of this game, starting with a quick time event. That's literally your first input in the Silent Hill game, is a quick time event. Just genius.
Vai ter, se não me engano, vai ter um runner BR na run de Dogurai.
Reset.
Because your inputs got dropped because you matched too fast.
Yep.
Bom dia, Vinícius.
So, Alchemilla, this is like the first area. This is, you know, a very popular location in the Silent Hill series. Probably you didn't see any of the cool stuff that you're about to see. This is actually one of the slower parts of the run. But from here on out, it's about to get really insane.
Yeah, it takes a little while for this game to get going, but when it does, boy.
Mas seria bom ter um comando para informar quais são os runners brasileiros. É algo que sempre a galera pergunta bastante durante as Game Zone Quick.
There's no real rhyme or reason as to why they did that. It's just sort of a design thing, and it can be really excruciating to sit through some of these scenes. But let's be honest, it's not like somebody stuck a knife in your face.
The classic.
Perfect timing. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, we still got a little while to
new game, mas Geralmente New Game Plus ou New Game Mais, se você não sabe ler direito, né? É quando você zera o jogo e você pode começar a partir de um save file meio que zerado, então você tem acesso a outras coisas que você não deveria ter naquele ponto.
With his insane and unintentional quiet run, even when every other runner uses audio. Good luck, dude, and don't miss those clips. #BadDream.
É uma coisa que tem alguns jogos, não todos, mas alguns jogos tem essa mecânica. Então, às vezes você pode começar o jogo do início, porém mantendo tudo que você tinha quando você zerou ele ou algo do tipo. Às vezes só perdendo coisas que seriam essencial para você zerar o jogo. Para você ter que pegá-las de novo ou algo do tipo. Mas retendo levels, armas, coisas assim mais triviais, mas que influenciam bastante.
Returning to his lovely home. This is not Silent Hill. I just want to make that very clear. We are not in Silent Hill. We are in Shepherd's Glen.
Yeah, and I just want to tell everybody that if you think this is going to be a normal run based on what you just saw, we just picked up a gun. And when you pick up a gun in this game, it is time to let all heck break loose, as you're about to see.
Yep, so we're going to go ahead and just clip through the wall here, drop down out of bounds. We're in the kitchen.
Acredito que tem jogos que isso realmente skipa a cutscene. Tem um new game, ou tem um save zerado.
That alone skips about 2 minutes.
Nesse eu não sei se existe alguma diferença. Aqui na categoria ele informa que esse New Game Mais ele permite que você use as armas do New Game Mais. Então eu não saberia dizer se vai ter algo a mais.
Of all the clips in this game, it's the most unreliable, inconsistent, and you'll get to see it. I did manage to fiddle around with it a couple weeks ago and find a way that's pretty consistent. We'll see how lucky I get with it.
I remember you saying something and
Bora ver se vai conseguir executar aí.
A couple of months, so there's going to be a handful of things I haven't even seen, so I'm kind of excited to see this.
Yeah, so we're going to use the knife here.
I've done this.
And when you switch from the knife to the pistol, it pushes your hitbox forward a little bit. And now I'm going to look straight.
E o jogo está funcionando completamente direitinho. Nada está errado. Bom, o que ele fez foi o seguinte, ele usou a faca e trocou a pistola rapidamente, e isso empurra o boneco dele um pouquinho para frente. Fazendo isso, ele consegue meio que entrar um pouquinho na parede, e daí ele começa a mirar lentamente para cima, porque isso dá uma chance maior dele conseguir ser jogado para cima da parede.
Be ready, because as soon as I pick up a shotgun, that's where everything just goes crazy.
So back in the day,
Ele está comentando aqui que esse trick era meio zoado mesmo de se executar, mas que tudo vai ficar bem pior quando ele conseguir pegar a shotgun. Então, bora ver o que tem reservado para essa run.
Clipping this way for years. I'm like, what?
I know, right? And just turned everything upside down. While we're on that subject, shout outs to UFO Techie, by the way. He ran this at home. He ran this at GDQX at TwitchCon last year. And this run has considerably changed since Techie did that.
Aparentemente aí ele consegue se tornar com a cerca e passar por ela.
So right here, you're not supposed to be back here. Also, shoutouts to the easiest and dumbest puzzle in the world.
Yeah.
You'd have to go inside. You'd have to get an axe to get into the hotel to get a key to come out here. But that takes time, and we want to save time, so we decide to clip through this fence.
É o mesmo glitch de antes, a mesma premissa, ele tá usando a faca e trocando e mirando com a arma. Olha, alguém que tá acordado desde a run do Lefantinho. Basicamente isso, é a mesma física.
You can see he gets a little pull and the screen will start shaking. And what he's going to try to do is get to the left. Well, I usually try to go to the left where the gate door is.
Sim, tá fazendo um barulhinho bem legal até. Eu tô gostando, pra ser bem sério, do barulhinho.
It's just I need to be pulled a little farther into the fence before I go over. Otherwise it'll push me out. So this is looking good. Now I just need to get over. There we go.
Nice.
Got it.
Then just let go of aim, and usually it'll push you through right there. It's gonna be a slow push, but it's gonna be guaranteed at this point.
É, essa volta aí é um pouquinho mais complicadinha, né? Demorou um pouquinho mais, mas deu bom.
Manipulate the physics in the game to grab the character and pull you through things because of the way it works. I just learned this a few months ago, and by the way, shout outs to my couch buddy here, Starwin, who sat down with me in the practice room at SGDQ for hours.
Aparentemente, paredes são só uma sugestão. Elas não existem de fato. No quanto que você consiga usar uma faca e mirar com a arma, nenhuma parede vai te impedir.
Anybody wants to learn this game, we will teach you. You see us at GDQ, be like, I'd like to learn this. Pretty sure we'll teach you.
It's easier to teach now too.
It's so much easier.
It sure is. So you see me jump across the gap here to grab the key to that gate that I already clipped through. That's because if I don't grab that and just hit the elevator button, the game crashes 100%.
Então, ele pulou ali e pegou a chave pro portão que ele clicou para atravessar. Que clipar é basicamente esse glitch que ele fez. Ele atravessou lá com essa faca e mirando, e ele teve que pegar essa chave pro portão que ele já tinha passado, porque se ele não tivesse feito isso e ele tivesse ativado o elevador, o jogo ia travar. Então ele pegou para evitar isso.
We don't need elevators.
Oh, I fell. All right, cool, no problem.
Ele meio que errou ali, ele não queria ter caído, mas
So right there, that's kind of like think of it like the Ninja Turtles 2 game for the NES, where you're going up the elevator and you have to fight a bunch of enemies. That's pretty much what was happening here. Had to fight a few of the scissor leg enemies, and then the elevator would go down. But right, Schmumbler was trying to do a clip to where he can just immediately go where he needs to go without fighting them. And that will sometimes happen where you don't get the clip, you don't get the pull all the way out of the elevator door. And it's not a big deal because look where we're at. It takes you right.
Ele vai ter que tentar de novo, mas é de boas.
Something goes wrong in the game, you can just void out and
ele não voltou muito. Então não é perda de grande tão grande, perda de tempo tão grande.
And on that topic, in case anybody's wondering, this game is measured by real time because unlike all those robust result screens that you saw in the original first 4 Silent Hill games by the wonderful Team Silent, Silent Hill Homecoming tells you exactly nothing about your playthrough when you complete it. It doesn't tell you how long it took, doesn't tell you anything.
Bem, diferente dos outros Silent Hills que mostram quanto tempo se demorou para zerar o jogo e outras informações interessantes para ele, esse jogo ele não mostra isso, então o tempo é contado com o RTA, né, o Real Time Attack, que seria o tempo normal, ao invés do in-game time, que seria apenas o tempo do jogo.
We have $50 from Sasam saying, "So glad to see Homecoming finally make it into a major GDQ event after all these years. Thank you for finally bringing us home."
Imagino que muitas dessas coisas o cara nem pensou que tinha, mas geralmente esses jogos 3D tem alguma forma de você atravessar alguma parede. Sempre parece um lance desse impressionante.
Man, like one of the why I picked up this game was because of Sam. Sam and Parallax. Those are two of the super OG runners of this game.
Alguns é um pouco mais ridículo que outros,
Thank you
mas
for that donation, Sam. And hopefully you pick up this
é
game
bem
again.
comum.
Oh yeah. That's one thing I always push for is more competition, and Sam was one of the people to beat back in the day.
And here's the other thing is, I think this is the problem I think Sam has is the not having the right hardware to be able to play this game, because believe it or not, the fastest version of this game.
Acredito que isso aí faça parte daqueles glitches que ele comentou que tava bem receoso para fazer.
This game, you have to run this on an Xbox One if you want to do any kind of competition.
Não, esse é com glitch, velho. Como assim no glitch? Como assim? Você deve ter confundido o NG mais ali. Ali é New Game mais, New Game Plus. Geralmente quando é sem glitch aparece glitchless, o que não é esse caso, não é esse o caso. De boas. Ali a categoria é todos os boys, New Game Plus. Então ele vai ter aí liberdade de fazer alguns glitches.
There's one that we'll see upcoming in the prison where I can sit there for 2 or 3 minutes, but then on another run it'll just go through instantaneously.
Yeah, this game is notorious in the community for having a mind of its own. There'll be, so like Enigma just said, there'll be a clip that you'd be trying to do forever in one run, and then the next run you get it first try. It's just how it is sometimes.
That's why
o glitch é bem complicadinho de executar.
Very generous estimate, because some of the stuff can happen.
Yeah. At this point, I think I'd be fine even if it kicked me out.
Ele comentou agora que a partir desse ponto ele tá se sentindo bem seguro aí, que mesmo que der errado é capaz de dar certo ainda, então tá mais tranquilo.
Just be a safe thing to do.
Could be a safe thing.
Yeah, actually this wall is, I tried to do that a little bit earlier and it was having none of it.
Oh,
it wants
really?
me to stay.
Okay. But maybe you have time for another donation while Trumbler tries to get through this notorious wall.
Sounds like a plan. Well, we have a few here so far. Mentioning you specifically, Schmumbler. We have $5 from Brosef saying, "Hey Schmumbler, congratulations making into SGDQ2020. You're my favorite horror and
Tá tendo bastante dificuldades nessa parte.
for another horror/suspense run at the next GDQ. Good luck and keep working on that melee only run. #BadDream."
There we go. All right, I'll take that.
Hey.
Okay.
We'll just do it the normal way.
Which is not, like I said, it might look like he's losing a lot of time. Trust me, it's the estimate he has is.
Vai fazer da forma mais normal, desistiu de fazer mais complicado ali. Porém, ele colocou um estimate bem generoso, então apesar de ele estar perdendo muito tempo, ainda tá meio tranquilo.
Breaking the game, so sometimes the game can not cooperate, ironically enough, with that. So
for sure,
the game remembers that.
Ele tem, pelo que eu vi ali, ele colocou 15 minutos a mais do que o melhor tempo dele, então ele tem bastante tempo aí ainda para errar, para poder tentar de novo.
Fight all these scissor legs.
And I think they're all in scripted positions, right? They all show up in the same spot, yeah.
So the first one is actually 50-50.
Is it really?
It is. It can go to the right instead.
You're joking. No way.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way. That's why I always equip the knife here. That way I don't have to figure out which direction it's coming from. I can just hold the knife ready and it'll auto-aim me.
I'm speechless.
Eu acredito que é porque o glitch realmente é complicado de executar ali, já que quando o runner coloca esses tempos extras assim é porque já é prevendo que algo desse tipo vai acontecer.
So right here, we should also talk about why this is New Game Plus, and it's obviously because of the laser pistol that he is holding. The laser pistol just does 1,000,000 damage to everything. So, fighting bosses isn't
Basicamente, ele tá usando tá fazendo a run do New Game Plus por causa dessa pistola aí que ele tá usando, que dá, sei lá, 1.000.000 de dano em qualquer inimigo, então facilita bastante as coisas.
And after that, then you can start doing clips, and that's when the game will start, breaking. And that's all. That's what, like maybe about 15, 16 minutes into the run. So
yeah. That is
Alright, so pretend I clipped through that elevator door.
Dude, great.
Well done.
That was beautiful.
Ele desistiu e foi fazer padrão mesmo.
The hotel dungeon, and this is the door that we can't get through without a key, but
agora ele vai atravessar essa outra porta. Aparentemente ela é bem mais simples.
Yeah, that clip is kind of a joke now. But it used to be really hard. You'd get stuck in that wall quite often.
The main reason that was so difficult was that we would be clipping in between two walls. And sometimes you'd get stuck in between the two, kind of like what happened with Schrumbler with the elevator. And sometimes you get pushed through the floor, and it's incredibly hard to get out. Hey, it's Mayor Bartlett. How's it going?
Yep, so Mayor Bartlett's our first person to meet. We're going to be fighting the monster that's born from his son. Unfortunately, he's a little long-winded too. This is the fastest dialogue tree, and it's already a good solid minute and a half.
Essa trancada aqui, que W.
Yeah. Pro tip for this game: if you want them to stop talking as early as possible, just be mean to them.
Which is the opposite of downpour. Downpour, you're nice. We're not talking about downpour? Okay, sorry.
I mean, we can. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
that's fine.
All right, so here's the poacher. It's a big tree monster. Thing is, laser pistol is really OP, so goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
E é por isso que ele tá jogando no New Game Plus, aparentemente. Ele mata os boys bem rápido.
What do you mean? You've always had the axe.
Oh, this part's great.
Oh man.
So yeah, this will be a great time for donations because I'm literally going to be sitting here for a straight minute waiting for Wheeler.
E realmente aquela parte que ele tava era exatamente o que ele tinha comentado na entrevista, que ele tava bem preocupado na hora da execução. Essa parte vai ficar 1 minuto aí esperando, então ele já até chamou o cara das doações para ler algumas. Se vocês tiverem alguma dúvida, só perguntar aí que eu vou tentar responder da melhor forma possível, já que vai ter um tempo aí sem acontecer nada. Tô vendo que chegou muita gente nova aí, deve estar um pouco perdida no que tá acontecendo aí nessa stream. Vocês estão assistindo a Games Done Quick, ou pelo menos a retransmissão dela em português brasileiro. A Games Done Quick é um evento que está acontecendo agora, nesse exato momento, é ao vivo. E a gente está trazendo para vocês ela em, pelo menos, os comentários em português e um pouco da tradução do comentário dos runners. Ela é um evento de speedruns que acontece 2 vezes ao ano. E dessa vez está sendo um evento online, ao invés de ser presencial, por causa do Covid. Então, esse evento vai acontecer de 16 a 23 de agosto, então 24 horas por dia. E essa é a stream oficial E é isso. Caso você não saiba o que é speedrun, é tentar zerar o jogo o mais rápido possível dentro de regras específicas. Nesse caso específico, ele está tentando zerar, derrotando todos os boss na categoria New Game Plus. E esse evento todo aí é para arrecadar dinheiro para a Médicos Sem Fronteiras. Caso vocês estejam conseguindo ver, tem ali embaixo na direita, que já foi arrecadado até agora $251 mil. E estamos no começo do terceiro dia de evento, então ainda tem muito mais evento por vir. Querem saber mais sobre os jogos? Exclamação agenda. São mais de 100 jogos no evento inteiro. Então, tenho certeza que vocês vão achar algum jogo que vocês gostam e têm interesse de assistir. E vamos voltar aqui a run. Bom, de acordo com o que ele tinha falado anteriormente, é agora que o jogo ia começar a ficar mais bagunçado. Ele tem um machado com ele poderia usar o machado para quebrar aquelas tábuas, mas isso ia demorar demais, então ele simplesmente passa pela parede, como qualquer pessoa normal. Quem nunca se encontrou numa situação que podia usar um machado para quebrar uma madeira e pensou, vou só atravessar a parede, é mais simples. Sempre acontece comigo, velho.
Also, we also have the shotgun now, so we're actually doing a different type of clipping right here. It's like we call it the quick switch. So you start with the shotgun equipped, and then you immediately like switch into the pistol. And when that happens, it just causes clips to work so quick and like first try. It's insane.
Yeah, it's so much easier than what we used to do too.
And this is the method that Wild has found out, who, you know, casually comes in, hey, I've been doing this for years, you guys should be doing this. We're like, where were you?
And I think when he showed us the videos, he didn't even have a capture card. He just like recorded it on his cell phone camera and showed it to us.
Yep. So like something like this. The sewers used to be notoriously long. There was a very hard clip method that I had figured out, and I called it the pinball. And it's right here. But since we can do the shotgun method now,
eu vou ficar devendo aí se responder se aquilo eram boys ou não, velho, porque eu vi que tinha um inimigo. Essa parte que tinha um inimigo eu vi. Agora chamar aquilo aí de boys fica um pouco complicado.
Yeah, so that clip that he's mentioning was just to the right of where I clipped through that gate, and there's a valve wheel on the other side. And in this game, if you're not using the shotgun swap method,
véi, esse cada talher era só usar, velho. Tá, aparentemente ele usou a mesma ideia do clipe da parede, de você mirar para andar um pouquinho para frente para cair ali e não precisar usar a escada.
Let me just tell you, and that was like one of the main reasons a lot of people didn't run All Bosses New Game Plus. That was the hardest clip. Probably if we didn't have this new method, was probably the hardest clip to do in the game.
Nossa, essa piada aí, Branks. Sinto muito, mas eu não ri dela não, velho. Mas o Silent riu.
Yeah, this whole time we have our childhood friend Elle following us, and we're clipping through all these gates and stuff, and surprisingly, she can follow you. Used to, you'd have to do this little gauntlet right here. And we would be miles away from Elle. But then, as we start to open the gate for her, she would appear. Thank goodness, though, there are parts where Elle is following you, where she can get killed, and if she gets killed, you get a game over. But as long as you do everything pretty quick, it's nothing to worry about.
You know, the funny thing about that, too, is if you clip through a wall, she'll teleport with you. But if you're just going through normally, she'll take forever to catch up.
Yep. She sure does.
Also here we're supposed to be going down the street and fighting 2 dogs to get to our next spot, but turns out you can just come through here and there's a cutscene trigger on the other side of this chain link fence, so we're just gonna pop ourselves through and hit the trigger just like that. Oh,
Tem trigger de cutscene ali do outro lado daquela...
Also,
daquela...
been keeping track, but typically when I get one of these runs into
daquela coisa ali que eu esqueci o nome, porque tá difícil hoje. E aí, conseguindo, começando o trick de você atravessar a parede, você já ativa o trigger da cutscene e aí você consegue skipar aquela parte. Grade serve. Cerca também serve. Alambrado serve também. Muito obrigado, guys. Sim, ele pegou a cutscene pela... Só de ele ativar o coisa ali já deu a distância suficiente para ele pegar a cutscene pela parede.
So we're going to do a clip that kind of looks like we're out of bounds, but we're still in bounds. It's just that the game doesn't load everything around it. So he's going to be doing this whole next section blind.
Bom, essa parte aí é bem vertical, aparentemente. E vai parecer que ele tá fora dos limites do jogo, mas na real ele não tá. E o jogo meio que tá meio... Dá pra ver que o jogo não tá rodando do jeito que o jogo era pra rodar. Tá meio bugado, né? Não sei se dá pra reparar, mas... ele tá fazendo isso meio que sem ver nada mesmo. Ele tá fazendo cego. Totalmente cego. E aí ele tá se guiando pelos indicadores que estão aparecendo de vez em quando na tela. Que ele tipo, aperte A pra subir a escada, essas coisas, ele tava usando isso pra se guiar. E também ele sabia pra onde ele tava indo, mesmo sem ver nada, né? Porque... o cara é bom mesmo, né? Fazer o quê? Eu aposto que vocês nunca viram um cara jogar tão bem, né? Eu também não vi nada, não.
Not being like a team silent game. This game has a lot of redeeming qualities. It's the enemy and boss design is amazing. The music's amazing. It really does have a lot of redeeming qualities that make it good.
I agree.
Last Silent Hill game with an Akira Yamaoka soundtrack.
Yep. This game was dangerously close to being like really good, but there's just all these little things that add up that just kind of keep it from being that.
And this is Doc Fitch, by the way, and you're gonna see meet his daughter, and here's his daughter, big spooky doll,
Scarlet.
Yeah. So Scarlet. You might be wondering why I'm taking this fight really slowly. This is the only boss where you can actually overload her and lock her into a T-pose, which makes her invulnerable for the entire time.
Yep. And what's really annoying is that sometimes she'll recover really quick, and sometimes she'll take forever. So you really want to...
Ele tava matando ela bem devagar porque se tivesse matado muito rápido, ele poderia bugar o jogo e ela ficaria invencível. Existe sim speedruns sem bugs ou com sem glitches. Geralmente o nome dessas categorias se chama glitchless, que seria a junção da palavra glitch com less. Less, esse sufixo less geralmente é do inglês de sem, então sem glitches. Mas vai variar de categoria para categoria, de jogo para jogo. Nesse caso, o jogo está permitindo, a categoria está permitindo que ele use os glitches, então ele está usando. Mas tem alguns que não vai ter glitch mesmo, e vai ter outros que vão ter glitches menores, vamos colocar assim, glitches que não afetam tanto o jogo quanto andar debaixo da terra. Mas como eu falei, vai variar de jogo para jogo. Alguns vão ter mais glitches, outros vão ter menos, alguns vão ter nenhum.
It's a bit quicker than the method that I had originally found out.
Or it would be quicker if I got the clips, but
yeah, he's actually clipping blind, by the way, which is something again you could not do unless. Oh, did you void?
I messed it up. Yeah, it's okay. So it turns out if this happens, it looks like it's a soft lock, but if you go to the edge of the fog where it typically turns you around, it just reloads the area.
Oh, no kidding.
Bom, pode parecer que ele soft lockou o jogo, mas na real, se ele chegar lá no lado, ele dá reload na área e fica tudo de boas. Pra quem não sabe, soft lock é quando o jogo trava e você não consegue prosseguir. Não pelo jogo travar, mas você não consegue mexer o personagem, você ainda consegue fazer as coisas, mas você não tem como você progredir no jogo de alguma forma. Em alguns jogos, por exemplo, se você deletasse um item que você precisasse daquele item para avançar, aí você não tem o item, você ainda pode jogar o jogo, mas você nunca vai conseguir progredir no jogo. Ou então, caso você caia num buraco, sei lá, que você não consiga sair dele pulando e você não consiga se matar, então você fica naquele buraco meio que pra sempre. Aí quando geralmente você dá um soft lock no jogo, você tem que resetar ele. Mas como ele conseguia ir pro lado ali e recarregar o mapa, não precisou reiniciar o jogo.
Yeah, for some reason the old way there tends to be more cooperative, but it wasn't that time, so we're gonna try to brute force our way in.
At least with this method, you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, so when I went past the tree, you saw me drop down a little bit. That's when I hit right here. And then
you're supposed to do the pistol
when
walk.
I look at the tree,
novamente
I'm aiming into this little corridor here.
Parede é só uma ideia, não existe de verdade.
If you go too far like this, it's weird that it's not wanting to push me down here either.
Why are you not dropping?
Okay, hang on.
The game's just getting nervous. All right, that's all. Like the physics system is clamming up a little bit.
This is okay.
I usually just
tá tendo um pouco de dificuldade ali.
Center with like that. And that usually will do it every single time.
Agora foi.
There you go.
Ele tava tendo mais dificuldade pra voltar pro limite jogável do jogo do que pra sair do limite jogável.
Is that if you have a method of clipping and it's super consistent for you, do it. Even if the record holder is doing something completely different, if it works for you, do it.
Yeah, let me just throw this out there that probably shouldn't try to replicate the things that I do because I do things very differently from everyone else. There's even a couple clips that I do that save like 3 to 5 seconds here and there. But if you mess them up, you end up losing like 10 seconds. Not really worth it, but I do it just for the hell of it. I'll actually be doing one of those when we get back into the Shepherd House pretty soon.
Ele tá comentando que ele arrisca muitas estratégias que salvam pouco tempo e perdem muito tempo se ele não conseguir acertar. Mas só pra realmente mostrar as coisas. Não tá parecendo uma run complicada não, essa do New Game Plus, pra ser bem sincero. Eu imagino que muito desses de atravessar paredes, essas coisas, deve ser um pouquinho mais complicado do que está parecendo pra gente, né? Parece que ele tá só fazendo algo, mas às vezes pode ter mais do que isso que a gente não percebe. Mas do resto do jogo, de boss, essas coisas, ele tá bem simples mesmo.
At $839. If you'd like to see any of the other endings, make sure you get your bids in before Schmumbler calls it.
Make sure to vote for UFO. Do it. I'm not being biased. Do it.
If you want to help us get back on track, UFO is the way to go. Because the other endings, I have to do some extra clips that I normally wouldn't have to do. UFO is actually the fastest.
Lembrando que tá rolando um incentivo de doação para escolher qual vai ser o final que ele vai fazer. Então, bora ver o que vai rolar no final.
So I do actually want to go ahead and share a story about one of the previous donations. DO3, that's actually my wife.
Talvez tenha alguma coisa a mais que ele tá tipo... ele tava comentando sobre exatamente o friend. Talvez tenha alguma coisa a mais que a gente não percebe, né? Que às vezes pode salvar um bom tempo e a gente não consegue perceber assim na run mesmo. Mas muitos dos clipes parece que... Alguns parece que é simplesmente fazer lá a facada com a mira e meio que virar um pouquinho a câmera. Mas a gente não sabe, vendo aqui a gente não sabe direito como é que essa jogada de câmera funciona, né? Talvez seja mais complexo do que a gente pensa.
Yep, so blame ecdysis.
Real quick, Schmumbler grabbed his second laser pistol. He has 2 now. That's very important for later on. I mean, very important. This game, pretty much, think of it this way. The game likes to read the inventory as numbers. So you have 1 pistol, you have 1 axe, you have, one laser pistol, 1 shotgun. So when you pick up another one, it changed that value to 2. There's going to be a segment later on where we lose all of our weapons again. But since the game just subtracts 1 from your inventory, well, guess what? 2 minus 1 is 1. So we get to keep the laser pistol for that area.
Ele tá comentando que tem uma parte mais pra frente que ele vai perder as armas dele. Porém, quando ele perde a arma, o que o jogo faz é tirar 1 da contagem de armas. Só que como ele não tem uma só da arma, ele tem 2 de algumas armas, o jogo vai lá e vai tirar uma e ele vai continuar com a outra, então não vai servir pra nada. Isso vai ser crucial para um momento mais na frente na run.
Hey, more money.
Yeah, for a good cause. Absolutely. And this is a part where I could very well be doing some more.
I'm gonna shout you out real quick, Schmumbler, for this part. I've always been a big fan of your menuing in this area. It's always like quick and clean. And I don't know how many times I've had runs in 80% New Game Plus where I've just completely ruined a run by putting the wrong mask on right here.
So that time, not so clean because I tried to use the inventory.
You just had to jinx it.
This is the one point where you can't. So thanks for shouting me out while I fail it.
Commentator's curse. I apologize.
Starwin did that on purpose. That was a sabotage. Yeah, well done, Starwin.
Ele errou pouquinho ali, mas
That's right. The FGC, we know it, yeah.
Tá tranquilo. Os caras só deu risada dele mesmo.
The door is pretty important because if you go the regular way, one of those schism enemies spawns there and you have to shoot it out of the doorway. And one of the weird things about Silent Hill Homecoming is that when you kill an enemy, their collision box temporarily expands to like 150% for a few moments, and that can be crazy if they die in that doorway.
Ele comentou ali que quando você mata um inimigo nesse jogo, por algum motivo ele meio que se expande o hitbox, e aí pode ser meio estranho se você matar ele na porta.
I didn't know that either because I always just kill it.
E aí, Danilo?
So that clip actually doesn't save any time, but I hate dealing with
it. Just makes it a little more consistent, so you don't have to deal with that monster. Because if it dies in the doorway, you gotta wait a few seconds for the collision box to disappear because it expands.
So many clips.
There's a nice little pop through the floor there.
There's so many good clips in the Nightmare Shepherd house. There's gonna be a couple in the very last area. At least, are you going to go for the second one that I'm talking about after you do the night puzzle?
Down in the
After the
basement?
night puzzle.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I always have trouble doing that. Like,
I do too, but I do it anyway.
that's the beauty. Like, you just want to do all the hard stuff.
I just want to say I practiced it for the first time tonight and I got it pretty quick. Okay, I just want to say that.
Yeah.
All right.
So the clip they're talking about.
Do jeito que as coisas são, talvez ele jogue algum remake de alguma coisa.
Before you get to the stairs, and you can actually clip through the wall there, which saves about 3 to 5 seconds, but it's really hard to get clean. It's one of those times where there's like 2 different walls, so you have to have very specific equipment.
And there's pipes, annoying pipes.
Yeah.
So
Do that in just a
shout outs to the omelet. Hello omelet, how you doing? That bright orange area.
Mais clipezinho ali. Dessa vez, ao invés de atravessar só a parede, ele caiu também.
So those bright light sources like that, fun fact that I learned the hard way, if you get a bad clip, you end up completely out of bounds. If you look at those lights, the game will crash. Maybe not immediately, but it will eventually.
Oh man.
This is the clip that we were talking about.
This is the clip that Enigma did first try.
Yeah, I did it a few hours ago for the first time.
Hey, so did
Look at that, see? There you go, see? It's
gonna
almost
go do
like
it.
Olha, conseguiu de primeira o clipe ali. Aquele ali era um pouquinho mais complicado que o de costume.
No, I'll go do it right now, and it will not work.
Okay, when you do it.
I'm telling you, I'll go do it, and I'll be so bad at it. Sadly, here's another unskippable cutscene, and for some reason doesn't like to load the costume.
Yeah, this game's really bizarre about that.
I don't understand this one either, because this is followed by 3 cutscenes that are skipped.
Yep.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. And this game has a weird little glitch
Vai
where
ter algumas cutscenes agora.
right before the cutscene starts, it glitches out. So you're stuck in the cutscene, and if you try to skip it, it just fades out, then fades back in, and you have to watch the whole thing. So you have to be very careful not to try to skip the cutscene before it starts, or you're going to get stuck in cutscene heck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, this is probably a fantastic time for donations. This could be cutscene skips and a bunch of just walking.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Bom, agora no momento vai ser algumas cutscenes e um pouco de
In my restless dreams, I see
uma
that
caminhada aí.
Schmumbler.
Oh boy.
You promised me you would stop clipping, but you never did. Good luck, my friend. And a huge hug to Ecdysis, Starwin, and Enigma. You guys are the best. Shout out to the wholesome Silent Hill community, and much love from the Devil's Pit.
Well, shout outs to you, Queen. Queen is the former record holder for Downpour.
Former, because I stole it.
And hey,
sorry.
she stole it from me. I had Downpour for about 8 months, and then Queen showed up and was like, "I want it." Now Schmuck was like, "I want it."
Só não ver que ele guiou.
Hey, don't tell anybody about that. It doesn't matter. That's old news, Starwin. All right.
I don't want to play that game.
Dude, the other night, I did
Aquele
2
Final
runs,
6
sidetracks.
full
The second
troll.
one, I was like, oh my gosh, I got down to 237 second run. What the heck's going on? Didn't touch that again. I don't want to get stuck in that portal.
Oh man, we probably have enough time for what, like 2 more?
Yeah, this is just
Yeah.
walking.
Alright,
This is gonna
sounds
be on
good.
a loading screen.
We have $10 from the Nust saying, "Look at this super reliable way of clipping this. I screwed it up, lol. Hashtag bad dreams." We have $50 from Spud W saying, "Hi from Japan. First time donator to GDQ.
Mais doações aí, enquanto ele vai atravessando
Okay, so
paredes.
oh, I should hold split, but that's okay.
Hey, take those.
Welcome to the prison. So
We're in prison, yeah.
with all the cutscenes we just
Tá,
skipped.
e agora eu acredito que agora que ele deveria, ou pelo menos estar perto dele de decidir já qual seria o final.
Also, this gate is fun. messing it up, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, there's a lever right here that opens the gate, but really clipping through the door is faster.
That's another one of those clips where usually you can get it immediately, and then it could also keep you for 3 minutes. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. So if it gives you any resistance, just go pull the lever and just move on. Just like that.
Yep, so this is going to be another blind section.
I love the prison so much.
Yeah, like Starwin said, we kind of just ignore Wheeler and leave him in his cell. And this is the way that you're supposed to go, just later.
Hey.
And we're actually coming up on the first decision, so we're going to need to go ahead and cut off the big incentive.
All right, would you like me to read the winner?
Yes,
vai ver qual foi quem ganhou o final escolhido.
No. In a stunning upset, UFO ending is won with $839.
I got worried. I was like, wait, did somebody shock? Did somebody just drop
when you say stunning
Vai ser o UFO Ending.
Good ending.
Acredito que as pessoas aí no chat vão ficar felizes porque estão torcendo pra isso.
Just a little bit. But we'll be seeing the UFO ending. I think this was actually one of the fan favorites, was it not?
Yes. Also, great prison.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Prison.
Like, we didn't even get time to talk about it. Like, you pretty much have to walk in a void, but if you walk him into a specific area, it just randomly renders.
Lógico que é normal passar as paredes, cara. Eu faço todo dia quando de manhã quando eu acordo. A primeira coisa que eu faço é atravessar a parede para ir no banheiro, velho. Sempre bom. É um glitch que ele faz atacando com a faca e mirando. Aí ele faz com que o boneco dele ande um pouco para frente. E daí ele repete isso um pouco até conseguir entrar um pouco dentro da parede. Daí ele move a mira dele para conseguir sair do outro lado. É basicamente assim que funciona.
And then I was getting good at it, and then Enigma was having problems, and then I have problems, and I just don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know anymore.
That's just the way it goes.
So, fun fact, you can clip out here and completely skip the Asphyxia boss fight.
Oh, I know.
But this being all bosses, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, you can. This is some of the most recent tech that has come out for the game, and man, just being able to skip another boss fight is really, really useful in 80%.
It's funny though, because it's actually not even faster than just fighting and getting the quick kill. It's faster for the standard new game where you don't have the laser pistol, but it's exactly the same down to the second.
Pelo amor de Deus, né, velho? Século 2020 ainda tem gente que usa porta.
Gonna try to get the quick kill.
Just want to mention that this game came out before the Human Centipede movie did, so inevitably somebody mentions it. But this game came out before the Human Centipede.
Yes, that is.
That was pretty fast, but that was not the quick kill. If you get lucky, you can just unlock her right out and go straight into.
Aquilo ali foi boss.
One of my favorite
Não
things
sei se deu pra
about that
perceber.
boss is, you know, her name's Asphyxia, and during the cutscene after you kill her, Alex is actually removing her hands from her mouth, forcing her to breathe, and that's what inevitably kills her is oxygen.
Yeah.
It's like really, really cool, man.
Yeah, this game's got really strong boss design. Really, really good. So we're in the.
This is also going to be a really fun part.
Yeah, we're in almost the last little area of the game where it's like the church and the lair. So it's a lot of stuff that gets skipped here. Because me and Starwin, we remember the old way.
So many revisions.
We remember the old way of this one.
So Sam had donated earlier talking about the OG pillar climb in this area, the original way of doing this. You don't want to do it that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't do the 3 clips anymore because there's a more consistent.
That's
right. There's a more consistent method now. We knew that we could go through this organ right
O Ana
here
tá aí,
to
tipo,
the end of the
tentando
church.
ficar focado e tá rolando uma conversa paralela.
Recently, Schmumbler had figured out a more consistent method of getting through here.
This may be perfect. First try. Nailed it.
Wow,
oh, man.
dude.
That one can be finicky too. Perfect.
E aí, Lourenço?
It's all right.
That's just how it is.
All right.
So that skips the whole church. There is a part in here where we actually talk with Alex's dad, and we have the option of forgiving him or not forgiving him. And since we completely skip it, it automatically chooses that you don't forgive them. Not sure why it does that, it just does.
Bom, você tinha a opção de perdoar ou não perdoar o NPC, mas como você esquipou o diálogo ali, ele faz a escolha pra você. Então, é isso.
And we are actually in the final dungeon. I had mentioned earlier about. Oh, actually, I'm gonna let this cutscene roll. I'm not gonna talk.
Oh yeah, this is very iconic. Ugh.
Also, I don't know why, but that intro section has been like fast forwarding for me lately. Really weird.
Judge Holloway is not a very good dentist. Well, at least she's going for the mouth now, but I think Alex needs to show her exactly where. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Best line in the game. There we go.
Sorry, my throat was.
So, as I was mentioning earlier about the dupe pistol and everything being subtracted, -1, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? We have a pistol now. We still have...
Thanks for saying that, because I was going to go grab the pistol.
And...
Oh, that pushed me up. That's okay.
No, that's good.
That still gets me through.
That is a pillar. What's funny, he got a pillar climb when there was no pillar. This game's fun.
This game just is it's full of stuff. All right, so here's the new thing.
Fun fact.
Mostrando algo novo aí.
Oh, I didn't get it. So I've actually figured out that if you hold down the camera there and walk forward, when you flip in, it'll just shove you right to the top of the pillar right away.
So you found a consistent pillar climb, is what you're telling me?
Yep.
I'm happy.
Mas aparentemente ele não conseguiu fazer. O que faria é que ele entraria na parede e depois seria jogado pra cima.
Every month or two lately.
Oh, every week.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
So we're going to do a bunch of series of clips right here. And then we have one more clip right here, which is going to trigger a cutscene. The main reason we have to do this clip right here is if we need to get to Wheeler. And in order to get to Wheeler, you have to break some glass. But that glass doesn't load because we do a bunch of clips.
Yeah. So actually, you can just flip through this door and not even bother with Wheeler. But since we want the UFO ending, we have to save him.
Yes. And we're actually coming up to
Normalmente você poderia esquipar essa parte aí, mas como vai ter o UFO, ele vai ter que fazer isso aí.
We're just going to skip a 1-30-second puzzle and just immediately go to the final boss.
Yep. So going into the
Esquipou um puzzle ali que ia demorar mais de 1 minuto, só atravessando aquela parede.
So gonna go ahead and start mentioning we have a really good community for the Silent Hill speedruns. You can find that by going to speedrun.com/SHH for Homecoming, or you can go to any of the other Silent Hill speedrun pages. It'll have a link to the Discord there. Reach out to us. We're all really chill.
Então tá.
Also, I just recently
Ele tá falando aí, quem quiser se interessar, se juntar no Discord deles. E GG.
I just recently completed a tutorial for Any % New Game Plus, featuring all of the new tech that we've discovered in the past several months. I haven't done an all bosses tutorial yet, but I'm planning on making one. Other than that, thank you so much to Enigma Starwin for joining me on this run.
Also, your time was 59 flat.
59 even. So even with all that nonsense earlier, that was still underestimate. So, bingo.
That was by far the worst run I've had in a long time.
Hey, welcome to GDQ.
But it's okay. It was fun.
This is why you give those hefty estimates. Just to...
Yeah.
Ele comentou ali que foi uma das piores runs que ele já fez em muito tempo, mas pelo menos ele conseguiu não excedeu o tempo do estimate, do tempo que ele estimou para run. Então, tá safe.
It's true.
And usually it's a bad thing, but it keeps you on your toes. I appreciate that.
You know what I'm excited for? This UFO ending that's about to happen.
Oh yeah.
Acredito que agora vai ter. Eu acredito que agora ainda vou ficar com vocês durante mais um jogo.
This is beautiful. This is such a beautiful ending.
Yes, it is.
We'll let it speak for itself.
E aproveitem o final do jogo.
Look at that man right there. Oh man, as his helmet clips into his body. Also earlier, you saw Alex get pierced in the leg and run with no problems. All of a sudden, his leg hurts. Also, he's grabbing the wrong leg. Fun fact.
You're right. I never noticed that.
He got drilled in the left leg, not the right. Hey, it's Elle, that girl you never saw.
Yeah, first time we've seen Elle.
Wee. Pyramid Head is gone. Goodbye, friend. Wheeler, known in the actual lore of the game, is a conspiracy theorist. So he's always believed that aliens were the problem, and it looks like he was right.
All right, so that is Silent Hill Homecoming. Thank you all so much for letting me show this off here.
E esse foi o jogo, esse foi o UFO Ending, espero que vocês tenham curtido. Caso você tenha interesse em fazer run desse jogo, o runner aí chamou vocês para o Discord. Acredito que eles vão ajudar vocês a aprender esse jogo e compreender melhor como é que funcionam as coisas. O nick do runner tá ali, é o Schmumbler. Provavelmente eu pronunciei isso errado. E provavelmente o Discord deve estar na página do jogo no speedrun.com.